evening. Good evening. Welcome to Greater Together 2023. My name is Jay Williams, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as the president and CEO of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. Thank you. We are so pleased to see that hundreds and hundreds of you have decided to join us here at Infinity Music Hall tonight, and the energy that you all have brought is just absolutely amazing. Give yourselves a hand. We are calling this year's event In Concert with Our Community. And as I'm sure you've noticed, we are leaning into that musical theme. We hope you enjoyed the talents of Friends World Music. Give them a hand. Our lovely soloist, Isan, please give her another hand. Both of those acts were finalists in the inaugural Hartford's Got Talent program. The mission of Hartford's Got Talent is to provide a vehicle for people of all ages in the performing arts as a means of promoting community harmony and pride in Greater Hartford. The foundation is a proud funder of the organization as their work aligns with our commitment to highlight and create more opportunities for artists of color in our region. We are immersed in music tonight, but the concept of being in concert with our community is something that we at the foundation aspire to achieve every day. Over the next 30 minutes or so, you will see and hear some examples of how we seek to achieve a kind of orchestral harmony with our partners, the nonprofits, our donors, our volunteers, and the nearly 800,000 residents in our 29-town region. But right now, it's my pleasure to introduce another key partner of the Hartford Foundation, our board chair, Andrew Worthington.
Thanks, Jay. You know, this energy in the room is amazing. I just want to have a great time, and I know you all are having a great time too. Think about 5 years ago. What were we doing? Going through the snow. Remember? This happened in the snow. So I want to welcome you to Greater Together 2023. This is an event that the board and the staff look forward to every year. We appreciate everyone who's here, who's been here to this event before, and we are grateful for those who are attending your first celebration of giving. Our board has a privilege and responsibility to help and guide the foundation, acting as a steward of our financial resources, providing good governance, and serving as a sounding board for Jay and the leadership team as we seek to make a positive impact across the 29-town Greater Hartford region. The 11 board members who give generously of their time and talent have a diverse set of lived and professional experiences, and I'm proud to serve alongside each and every one of them. Will the board members and past, we have some past in here, who are here tonight, please stand and be acknowledged. Come on. Thank you. I'm so happy to see several board members in the room tonight, so please stand as well as you did. Thank you. Now I want to take a moment to thank my predecessor as board chair, Ted Sergi. Ted is finishing 10 years on the foundation board and a decades-long career of service to our state, having served as commissioner of the Connecticut Department of Education, as well as the founding president and CEO of the Connecticut Science Center. I've had the privilege to work with Ted on many Hartford Foundation issues and projects over the past 8 years that I have been on the board. He has been a wonderful mentor and colleague, giving space for debate and disagreement. Let's just say I learned a lot. Ted, the foundation will miss your presence and your leadership on the board. Truly invaluable. However, we will not miss your illegible handwriting. Impossible to read. And if anybody's ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you for your service, and please do not be a stranger to us and this community. I'm so pleased that so many of you are here tonight to connect with one another and to learn more about the work we're doing with our nonprofit partners and loyal donors to make Greater Hartford a more equitable and truly vibrant community. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Andrew. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge some very difficult news. A longtime friend of the Hartford Foundation and community leader, Earl Exum, passed away unexpectedly on Sunday night. Earl was a member of our Black Giving Circle and was also slated to join our board of directors in 2 weeks. Our hearts, our profound sympathies, and our love go out to his family at this tremendous loss, and we know, and we want them to know that we'll be with them as they navigate this difficult time. Thank you for allowing us a moment to reflect the legacy and contributions of Earl Exum. Every day at the Hartford Foundation, we work diligently to live up to our mission of putting philanthropy into action to create lasting solutions that result in vibrant communities across our 29-town region. We're currently doing that through our 2 strategic priorities: contributing to the dismantling of structural racism and creating equitable social and economic mobility for our Black and Latinx communities. All of our decisions are informed by data, which continue to indicate that communities of color face persistent disparities that negatively impact health, well-being, and wealth building. Reliable data is critical to our work, and as a result, the Hartford Foundation, along with the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven and Fairfield County's Community Foundation, funded Data Haven's 2023 Community Wellbeing Index. This one-of-a-kind report not only incorporates information from federal, state, and local data sources, but more importantly, it captures residents' perception of the quality of life in their towns and in their neighborhoods. Data Haven interviewed thousands of adults across Connecticut about public health, economic development, safety, and civic life. This kind of granular first-person data reflects residents' perceptions on a town-by-town basis on issues such as trust in local government and perceptions about neighborhood safety. We are learning more each day from our residents, our nonprofit partners, as we approach our work. And for the past few years, all of our grant-making and related activities are viewed through the lens of 5 interdependent outcome areas: increasing the number of Hartford residents living in higher opportunity neighborhoods, whether in the city of Hartford or across our other 28 towns; addressing basic human needs by improving the physical and emotional well-being of our residents; working to increase educational and employment opportunities, particularly for our residents of color; boosting civic and resident engagement through participation and awareness; and contributing to building a more equitable and inclusive arts sector. One element of our work that cuts across several of our outcome areas is our support for returning residents. Men and women returning from incarceration face significant barriers to successfully reintegrate into our communities. We have long supported programs such as the Hartford Reentry Welcome Center to provide much-needed supports. But there's a new nonprofit in our region that's taking a different approach.
Connecticut recidivism rate is 49%. Script was created so that everyone has a second chance.
In a halfway house, you could go there, you could get in your bed, twiggle your toes, get on your phone, doing everything, but you're not invested in yourself. But yet they want you to come out and be a different person. I could take you in my office, I could show you the business plans I had ever since I was in prison. We got all of these services for you that comes to you. Career development. We got the financial literature. We got a nutritionist that was coming in here for lunch and dinner. All of these wrapped around services we have so a guys could invest in themselves.
You get punished twice. For those who committed the crime, have to do the time. And after you do the time, you come home into society and you get punished again. I found it hard for me to, get a job. So I found myself just keep going back to the same old ways, same habits and things of that nature. And I got sick and tired of it.
One day of trauma can cause a lifetime of pain. You come home and you say you need help, and you come to script. And it's a challenge for each and every single one of you.
So what's special about Script, they're taking the time to implement a program that's structured around your needs mentally, you know what I'm saying, as well as physically.
Script attacks the main thing I feel that's a problem, which is the trauma. Once we understand our traumas, you know, and then put forth the effort to try to help get over it, a lot of people won't be doing the things that they're doing now.
Guys was in jail most of the time because they was getting high. So when you send these guys out to get jobs, that could trigger them because they don't got their base covered. My whole approach is rediscover who you are. That was then. This is now.
Freedom is a state of mind. It's accepting of yourself and others. Freedom is a choice that we give ourselves to be able to grow.
We're not no saints. We did crime. We dealt with life the best way we knew how. How can we be a better person? We just need better support.
Ed is a beautiful brother, man. He has a beautiful vision, you know, and he's determined.
Can we talk about the work call you just received?
Oh man, you know, well, again, see, that's the determination of Ed, man, you know. So I just got a call just now from the Hartford Hospital, you know, getting ready to set up an interview. So he's helping us actually, you know, find career jobs, you know, which is something that this is my first ever in my life, you know. I'm excited. I'm excited.
The trajectory for me is just to be in a place where I'm doing good and helping other people do good as well. That's good enough for me.
This is my dream. It's not even about me, an individual. It's about what I want to do for my community. You got people like the Hartford Foundation who support people's dreams and visions. This is what I've been trying to do for the longest. I just needed a helping hand. And they gave me that. They gave me both their hands. Wherever there's in a city, I think is a demand for what we do.
Good evening. I'm Galo Rodriguez. I'm the president and CEO of probably the longest nonprofit organization in the country and in the region, helping families for over 210 years. We do have a significant expertise in dealing with families, and family trust the village. We have mental health expertise, but we know the work doesn't finish with counseling and therapy. We know that in order to address the need for families and the community, we need to innovate. We need to be creative. Nonprofit had the best expertise ever to create social changes, to meet all the needs of the community and to support the community. Although I started my career as a physician, I moved to public health. And I have to say, it's one of the best things that I haven't done. I fell in love with the nonprofit and the social services. And I continue doing the work with a high level of energy and passion because I know that what we do changes people's lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Gallo. A few months ago, Gallo announced his retirement as the CEO of the Village for Families and Children after 17 years of leading the organization. Gallo, your partnership over that time has been invaluable, and your generous leadership has created support for families across Greater Hartford and stability in multiple human services organizations. On behalf of the entire Greater Hartford region, I and we want to thank you for a long and successful career of community service. Once again, thank you. Well, the Village is a legacy nonprofit that has been supporting the needs of Greater Hartford families for over 200 years, as Gallo just shared with us. It's received many grants from the Hartford Foundation over the decades. But in the past year, we have begun to provide more of what we call core support. This increased use of multi-year general operating support allows nonprofits to commit to long-term priorities, hire staff, and make capacity-building investments that can grow learning and organizational resilience in ways not possible with project-specific one-year funding. This shift toward trust-based philanthropy and core support grant-making reaches newer and smaller nonprofits in our region as well. Script, the organization that was featured in the last video, received a core support grant this year, along with nearly 24 other nonprofits. The Hartford Foundation has made a multi-year commitment to a pair of peer foundations as well, the Prosperity Foundation and Hispanic Federation. Both of these peer, absolutely. Both of these peer organizations are led and serve communities of color and possess in-depth knowledge, credibility, and strong relationships within their respective communities. They've also introduced us to several nonprofits that previously we had no knowledge or relationship with. Tonight, we'd like to highlight the impact of just a few of the investments the foundation has made in our region's Latinx community.
The Latino community has exploded in Hartford. Who we are, or whether or not I know you, there's always a feeling of family, of friendship, of caring for one another. And I think the Latino Endowment Fund really is a beautiful testament to that. My name is Rosaida Morales Rosario, and I am the founding member of the Latino Endowment Fund, which was started approximately 20 years ago.
Hello, my name is Denitzi Velez. I'm the Connecticut State Director for Hispanic Federation. So the Hispanic Federation mission is to advance and empower the Latino community and strengthen Latino nonprofit organizations.
My name is Kenneth Barella. I'm the CEO of the Hispanic Health Council. The Hispanic Health Council is focused on kind of a twofold approach towards supporting the Latino community. Again, through the research and advocacy component, which is the social justice, and then the evidence-based services. We're working with the community, in the community, and for the community.
And the Latino community has always been givers. We've always given far disproportionately to our size and our wealth. But we've given mostly through our churches and individually to families. The Hartford Foundation for Public Giving is in a unique situation in that it's, saying we don't know what the community might need 10 years from now. But we know, we trust in your leadership. We trust in what you think is best.
We recently opened the Wellness Center.
Let's take a look at the Family Wellness Center.
If there's a kid out there that says, I want to learn how to dance, work on a radio station or a podcast, if they want to learn how to cook, if they need a physical because they're feeling sick, they can go right there.
My name is Brian. I am the coordinator of the Gowen University Hartford Community Training Center.
And I think that that's one of the things the Latino Endowment Fund has really been able to do, to have the Latino community become a part of the Hartford Foundation community, and the Hartford Foundation community become much better known throughout the Latino community.
Communities of color, including Latino communities, do not receive the same amount of funding or professional development or capacity. The relationship that we have been able to develop with the Hartford Foundation has been instrumental in us providing other opportunities, identifying other nonprofit services, and also funding for our grantees.
We offer the community not just these opportunities, but our empathy, because we understand we come from here. We're trying to change the narrative in our community, and being right here on Park Street, 590 Park Street in the Mikasa building, is huge because everybody in Hartford knows where Mikasa is.
The future for the Latino community looks bright as long as we embrace the understanding that our job is just to serve and to make people's lives better at the end of the day.
I'm the founder of Ujima African American Alliance in Enfield, Connecticut. I've lived in Enfield about 45 years, and truly the African American voice was not heard nor seen. So I am excited to be partnering with the Hartford Public Foundation, and our mission is to amplify African American voices in Enfield, Connecticut. and we are beginning to see changes. We have formed a new DEI commission. We have involvement in Infield Greater Community Fund. People are working there. We have people in the infield arts and culture. And so I am just excited about what we are beginning to do and the changes that we are seeing. And as we partner with Hartford Public Foundation and partner with our town officials, they are on board. We are working together. So thank you again. And like I said, I'm Rosalind from Enfield, Connecticut, our foundation, our organization. We're on the move. So just keep us in mind and
Great job, Rosalind. Thank you very much. Rosalind's group in Enfield is an example of a resident-led effort to raise issues around equity and inclusion in towns across our region. Over the past few years, the foundation has provided support to like-minded resident groups in Hebron, Simsbury, Manchester, and Avon. This kind of resident engagement is vital to the well-being of residents in towns across Greater Hartford. We are the community foundation for 29 towns, and as you probably know, we established the Greater Together Community Funds Initiative 4 years ago to ensure that our work touches people in every one of those towns. There are 29 advisory committees comprised of local residents doing participatory grant making to improve the quality of life in their respective communities. Our staff has worked alongside these volunteers, collaborating on grant making procedures and building equitable policies and practices within those committees. To date, 28 town committees have made a total of 375 grants totaling $1.4 million. It's my pleasure to introduce one of our more than 200 community fund volunteers, Bridget Deanne from Windsor Locks.
In keeping in line with tonight's community theme, in concert with the community, I definitely have stage fright. But I also have a question for everybody. Do you remember your first concert? Do you remember how you felt, the emotions you felt? You might have felt happiness, joy, excitement, maybe even a little bit nervous. These are the exact same emotions I felt when we completed our first grant cycle. But I also felt gratitude. I'm very grateful to the foundation for giving me an opportunity to be a part of something so much bigger than myself. And also very thankful to the residents of Windsor Locks for trusting us during the process. And I'm extremely grateful and thankful to my fellow committee members, Scott, Megan, Mike, and Rodrigue, who are just the most amazing group of people you've ever met. And lastly, I felt honored to be entrusted with the responsibility of being the first chair and being able to make a difference in my community.
Wonderful, Bridget, just wonderful. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the dozens of Greater Together Community Funds volunteers who are with us here tonight. Could all of the community fund members of your respective committees, could you please stand up? Please. The more than 50 individuals who are here representing 20 towns across our region, thank you for your service and your commitment and for the excitement that you bring to this initiative. The Community Funds Initiative is part of the Foundation's capacity building work. That unit includes our Nonprofit Support Program, or NSP as it's more widely known, which is dedicated to strengthening nonprofits across our region. One of its most successful initiatives is the Social Enterprise Accelerator, or SEA. Since 2018, 16 Hartford area nonprofits have participated in the program with the support of the national consultant, No Margin, No Mission. Through SEA, these organizations have launched and grown entrepreneurial ventures aimed at boosting their unrestricted revenue and their mission impact. They engaged in a rigorous process that included developing business plans, raising startup capital, and tracking their progress over time. To date, these nonprofits have collectively generated more than $8 million in earned income. Congratulations. Here's a look at just two of those social enterprises.
New Horizons is home to 101 adults with physical disabilities. It came to our attention about 5 years ago that our tenants were really having a problem getting to their medical appointments. We heard horror stories. Tenants were being left at appointments until 8, 9 o'clock at night. Just about that time, it came to our attention that the Hartford Foundation was offering its Social Enterprise Accelerator program. We're accepted into the program, and it supported us to getting to the point where we had 5 vans and provided recreational transportation for 101 people who live here, to expanding to serving about 16,000 people throughout the greater Hartford community. We are at the point where we are just about ready to ring the bell, having received $1 million in revenue since the inception of Sunshine Wheels.
A lot of us with our disabilities, for instance, I have the cerebral palsy and I also suffer from a vision impairment, so I can't, get behind a wheel of a car and drive myself to, whether it be shopping at the mall, do my grocery shopping. Having reliable transportation of Sunshine Wheels has changed my life. It's just given me a real sense of independence, and it may not seem like very much to very many people, but it means everything to me.
Any appointments that I miss, I had to reschedule, and that was very frustrating. Sunshine Wheels, they're very helpful. The staff is very good, they're very friendly. You can rely on them. They're there for you if you need help with anything, for any disability as well, for anybody.
The Open Hearth houses 130 men experiencing homelessness on any given day, and our mission is to make sure those men become permanently housed through recovery from drugs, alcohol, or life, and employment. So we had a social enterprise here, Open Hearth Works, and we saw an opportunity for us to take Open Hearth Works to the next level. Our goal was in 2019, in 5 years, if anybody was looking for employment in the greater Hartford area who had obstacles to employment or needed more employment, they would come to Open Hearth Works and there would be an opportunity for them. We hear all the time, there's not enough employees. There are plenty of employees. Sometimes you just have to take a chance.
We do event cleaning, we do neighborhood cleaning, we do snow removal. It's important because they're giving back to their community. So it's like for me, I grew up in Hartford, so I was one of the ones messing up. Now I'm cleaning up. You understand?
Since I've been working here, I've seen more people out here with pickers and trash bags. I love it because it shows that the community really does want to clean up. Some people want to do things, and it just takes another person to do it, to show them that this can happen. It's all right to do this for your community, the place that you live in. This program helps me because they endow me with positivity.
What I was doing before I came to Open Hearth, it wasn't the right path. I needed a little bit of a change in my life. I've been connected with so many different programs and assisted with so many different things that I didn't know was available through Open Hearth Works. I've achieved things that I didn't think I would be able to do on my own.
I'm Diane Mack, and this is my wife, Robin Gilmartin. We're both transplants to Hartford and to Connecticut. I grew up in Philadelphia, and Robin in Houston. We came to Connecticut in the 1980s, and after all these years, we're home. We've been working with various nonprofit organizations in Connecticut in different capacities. And we've come to know the wonderful work of the Hartford Foundation through the receiving end. But only recently did we join the donor community here, and we opened a donor advised fund. And we're so glad we did.
Our giving is really guided through personal relationships that we've formed with the organizations, the great organizations that we work with. We often ask about unmet needs. We also look to leverage our giving through participation in the giving circles. But then there's what we receive. our sense of time and place and belonging are really so enhanced by our connection with the Hartford Foundation. And for that, we are extremely grateful.
Diane and Robin, we are extremely grateful to have both of you as donors and friends to the Hartford Foundation. Thank you both very much. Tonight, we are pleased to announce that the third cohort of the Social Enterprise Accelerator has just been selected, and these 8 nonprofits will embark upon the SEA journey in the coming months, and we look forward to hearing about all of their work and their success. As we look ahead to next year, we are approaching a major milestone at the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. We were founded in 1925. That means our centennial year is only 15 months away. We have some huge plans for that centennial celebration, for the moment of this community's celebration and acknowledgement. It will undoubtedly include each and every one of you. You're going to hear much more about the centennial at next year's Greater Together event, so keep your eyes on your inboxes for the announcement of our 2024 date. As we bring this program to a close, I first would be remiss if I don't acknowledge the staff of the Hartford Foundation, the board, their supporters, the donors. I want all the staff, if you would just stand up and wave your hand. If you could just raise the lights for a second. For the last 6 years, you've endured me, you've tolerated me, you've been very supportive. I appreciate that. But understand, none of this happens without the staff who commit themselves day in and day out. It is a privilege to call them colleagues and friends and to work with them. So again, thank you to the Hartford Foundation staff. So as we close out tonight's program, let's finish where we began, with music. Regardless of the genre, rock and roll, R&B, or classical, a piece of music is comprised of several distinct elements. Now, each of those elements has its own value and can stand on its own, but when combined with intention, collaboration, and vision, these diverse components come together as a masterpiece. It is clear to me, it is clear to us, that our community is very much the same. Like a musical composition, if we work together, bring in new voices and perspectives, and remain committed, Greater Hartford can become a truly vibrant place to live, work, play, raise a family for everyone. To be in concert with our community, we know we must listen and learn. We must center more of our effort on raising community voices, creating spaces for our neighbors to help craft solutions to the challenges that they face every day. We've heard several of those voices of community tonight, and we want to hear yours also. We invite you to continue the conversation tonight with coffee and dessert, and also in the coming days, weeks, and months. Thanks again for joining us for Greater Together, and have a wonderful evening.